Jordan Morshawn, Cody Max Brown, and Mario Williams, fresh off his first USC TD. I didn't see. Did you dance with the song girls in the back of the end zone?
Nah.
Take us through it, though, man. What did it feel like to get your first USC touchdown?
I was just happy, man. Just excited. Really, just to say a thank you to the O-line and Caleb, really, because without them, man, it would never been no touchdown. So, just thank you to them, and I'm very excited to keep it going and get ready for this next game.
Mario, let's talk about the move itself, man. That crossover is something special. Is that something you work on? Is that just instinct that takes over when you're in that moment? You know, all right, coach is dialing my number here. I got this move planned, or did it just break out like that?
Nah, it just break out like that. Really just, Link always tell us you got to make one miss, so I was always thinking.
Because if it was me, I would have been practicing in the mirror all week that same move, and then I want to use it. So it didn't come. It wasn't instinctual for me like that.
Yeah, it just came out, man. I had to go score. So,
was that a point of emphasis at all last week in practice? Because Coach Riley was sitting in that chair last week saying we got to be better yards after catch. Mm-hmm. Sure enough, they give number 4 the rock, and you make them pay doing exactly that. Was that preached last week in practice?
It always been a big thing for Coach Riley. If you can't make nobody miss, you can't play. So if you want to be on the field, you got to make people miss.
Is there a certain point in your life when you figure out you're good at that? Or are you a little kid and you're like, I am really good at tag. Like, I noticed nobody can tag me. Or is it dodgeball? I mean, when in your life do you notice? Because as you said, it's not necessarily something people practice so much as just instinctively, I'm not going to let this human being touch me.
Probably tag. Because, I used to always play with my little cousins and my little brothers.
No one ever tagged.
And they never could catch me, or I always used to shake them. So I always had something.
All right, we just had Coach in that chair, and I'm sure he gave you guys a different message probably than he's given us. What did Coach like this week, and what he needs to be worked on the team?
He liked everything. Coach Riley is a great coach. He always have something in his bag that if this don't work, he got something to come to. So, I mean, just building trust. We had a big talk like with the team and everybody, just saying like trust and really just going out there and like let it loose. Just trusting the guy next to you.
Yeah.
Going into this season, I was curious how Coach was going to use you, whether it was outside or a slot receiver, and this year it's been predominantly in the slot. How does that compare to the role you had last year at OU?
I was outside at OU, but this year, we got Jordan, so he asked me would I play inside. I was like, hey, I'm down for whatever, so whatever can help the team win, so just doing whatever the team asks.
Jordan is a new teammate for you, Jordan Addison, and he's already so accomplished, having won a Biletnikoff Award, the top receiving prize in college football. What have you learned from him, just getting to know him? I know you guys have been really friendly off the field as well, but I'm curious, on the field, what do you look at and go, hey, I'd like to add that to my game?
Just like you said, just learning from each other. You always can learn from somebody else. He done it. He won the Biletnikoff. I just asked him questions. He asked me questions. Just communicating really and just being on the same page helped us out, especially with Stanford and Rice. So,
two different styles of cornerbacks in the first two games. Rice a little smaller, and then Stanford, you had some big physical corners. What is there anything that changes going into that game? Like, hey, I know I can work on this against these big guys. They might be a little more physical, but I might have more speed. What's the mindset going into that game?
Really just knowing that you got to attack them, like that fade ball. I knew I had to attack the DB because, he couldn't run with me. I felt like Coach Riley was basically telling us, like, we got to attack them this week because they can't run with us. So, did
you tell Caleb that you had to step on that guy? Give me a little more extra action on that, man. I had 6 there. What's going on? You hung me up a little bit.
Nah, I wasn't mad. I was just like, next play, man. Then
he got to the next
play. Big part about being a slot receiver, and it never shows up in a stat sheet, but it's getting involved in the blocking game when the running backs are given the rock. Is your stance when you have to block a linebacker like, man, I really got to do this, or is it a chip on the shoulder? What's the approach there?
Nah, you got to block. If you want to play, you got to block. That's another big thing Coach Riley emphasized. just being able to block for the guys next to you and your teammates, because how else you going to score, win the game without blocking? You got to block. So just being able to, like, really go out and have a mindset that I'm finna block this guy. He can't do nothing with me, even if he a linebacker or whoever he is. So just having that mindset to go get the job done.
You're listening to Mario Williams on Trojans Live. For those that don't know, Mario's a two-sport athlete, big-time baseball prospect as well. We have a new baseball coach here. Have you talked to Coach Stankiewicz yet?
Nah, I haven't got over there yet. I was getting ready for this season.
For sure.
Did you have it's almost October. Did you have what's your favorite baseball team? Or any baseball players or baseball teams that you're a big fan of?
Well, my favorite baseball player retired, Derek Jeter.
Mine too, man.
That's why I had number 2 at first.
You a Yankee fan?
Yeah, Yankee fan.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Best friends.
Yeah.
I've seen I've seen the Loot Runner all over my social media. It looks like you got some things going with the Boulevard. Take us through I see you with some outfits. What do you got going cooking in the Boulevard there?
Whatever they asked me to do, I was just doing it. But we did a episode of like a fit check. We're supposed to be doing another episode soon, so waiting on that.
Why Jeter? What's the connection there? Why is he your favorite?
I used to play shortstop, and I was always like, I like him. And I didn't know who he was when I was young. I was just like, I like him. And I just kept it going.
Because he's the best, Max.
There you go.
Why not
true.
Jeter is the
That's
question.
true.
I watched the new
Why
ESPN
not?
doc.
Little
That sounds good.
7-part captain doc.
Oh yeah, big time.
All right, Mario Williams, he's going to play a little football on Saturday, USC against Fresno State. Scoop up those remaining tickets to come see him, usctrojans.com/tickets.